Am I the jerk for leaving a dinner party after a girl sat on my husband's lap? I'm still shaken up about everything, so please bear with me. My husband, Jake, and I have been married for 3 years, and from the start, he's been very close with his best friend's sister, Cindy, 18F. He often talked about her, mentioning how he'd seen her grow up over the years. Cindy is always bubbly and seems fond of Jake as well. Even when we were dating, she'd often ask to join us on our dates. I didn't mind, as I enjoyed spending time with her too. She felt like a little sister to me. When we announced our engagement, she jokingly told Jake not to forget about her after becoming a married man, urging him to continue hanging out with her. We got married, and I even made her one of my bridesmaids. Eventually, we moved to a different state and lost touch with Cindy. Recently, Jake's best friend came to stay with us for a while, and Cindy tagged along. When she saw us, the first thing she said was how hot Jake had gotten and how glad she was he didn't look like those boring married men. Throughout their stay, Cindy would ignore my presence and get too close to Jake. I mentioned to Jake that her behavior seemed inappropriate, but he brushed it off, saying Cindy was just a bit childish and acted that way with everyone. On their last day, we hosted a dinner party for everyone. During the party, Cindy grabbed Jake's hand and dragged him away to play games. I ignored it, but during dinner, she sat on Jake's lap without warning, claiming there was no seat. Everyone was surprised, and Jake jokingly told her to stop acting like a kid. Cindy laughed it off as a joke and moved to another seat, giggling at me. I was furious at the disrespect and Jake's nonchalant response, but I didn't want to cause a scene, so I excused myself, took my car, and left. About an hour later, Jake called me, asking where I was. I told him I went to a friend's house and would return after Cindy had left. I knew leaving like that was terrible, but I was too angry and upset to stay. I returned the next day, and Cindy and her family had already left. Jake was furious, saying I went too far. I tried to explain how I felt, but he dismissed my concerns and accused me of being ridiculous and unable to take a joke. He even said if I thought so poorly of him, he might as well leave. He packed his bag and went to his mother's place, ignoring my texts and calls. Later, Cindy's brother texted me, calling me names and saying I deserved to be alone. I couldn't stop crying. I don't know how to fix this. Was I wrong to deserve this treatment? I'm at a loss. Like and follow for more stories.